Welcome back to Diecast Culture, and hope you're all keeping well. And today's video is focusing on the truck, lorry in the centre of the picture, and the three cars in front of it. So these were lucky finds from a local vintage shop in our local town, and it was just chance that I came across them. So I walked in to this shop, which is about the size of a small room, crammed with lots of household stuff, furniture, china, general bric-a-brac, and I thought maybe there might be a couple of toy cars there. So I delved into a couple of boxes on the floor and under a table, and came across a box of toy cars. Yeah, very nice to find them. And I paid £4 for the whole lot. The truck in the background is a Matchbox Super Kings, and I love this casting. It's so heavy, it's so solid. What lets it down for me are the toy-like wheels, which all of the Matchbox Super Kings had on them. So I think this is a candidate for a wheel swap. And the donor vehicle that's going to be the wheel swap is coming into view now. It is this particular truck here. This truck is a real toy, and I've had it for a while. Now I've already got a set of tyres from another donor, set of wheels. So I'm just going to take one axle off this skip truck, and it's going to be these wheels here. The front pair, well, the front of the rear pair. So I'll still be able to enjoy this skip truck, as it will still have the rear axle and the front axle. So here it is a little closer up, and just to give you a better idea of scale, I'll pop this Porsche next to it, and I'll also pop a Hot Wheels next to it as well. So in my opinion, this Matchbox Super Kings is around about 1/64 in scale. It might be 1/60, 1/61 or something like that. But it's a good match to go with a collection of 1/64 scale cars. This is in great condition considering it's 1979. So it's 21, 41, 42 years old. And not a chip on it. And here it is with the tipper in an up position, and the hydraulics, if you want to call them that, are holding it in place, so they're still working absolutely fine. And the rear gate at the back opens as well. So this is all metal. So Matchbox Super Kings, they were never designed to be amazing replicas, but more for the toy play value. So they didn't have mirrors and other bits and pieces that might fall off when played with. So the casting is not bad. Ultimate detail is lacking, certainly on the back. There's no tail lights, for example, and but otherwise it's very pleasing. I really like it. There is a number plate there which says Romeo Foxtrot Sierra 569Y. I'm sure there's a reason for that particular registration. So yeah, and as you saw earlier on the base, 1979 Lesney products, and at the top Matchbox Super Kings K37/2 Leyland tipper, made in England. And fairly shortly later on in the video, I'm going to do an after video showing this truck with its new wheels, and I'll be also cleaning up the other cars and improving them with a little bit of marker pen to highlight their details. So we'll start by taking a closer look at this Ferrari with Pioneer decals on it. Pioneer, I assume, is the hi-fi company. And on the base, it's Matchbox 1991 Ferrari 306 GTB, and made by Matchbox Toys Limited, made in Macau. It's also got some more writing I didn't spot earlier near the front. Scale, I think, on the right, 165. I think 160. All metal base, and sandwiched with a the white interior to produce this white line. Okay, so this one is a Cadillac Atlante, or Atlante, I think it reads on the base. Just thought this is a must-have. What an amazing pink colour with grey interior and just a flat plate for a steering wheel. Is it like that in real life? No, only joking. And yeah, the taillight's part of the interior. And on the base, Cadillac Atlante with an acute accent at the end. Matchbox Limited, International Limited, made in Thailand, 1987. Scale 1:60, just on the corner there. Yeah, this is from an era when Matchbox felt really solid, although it does have a plastic base. And now this is described as a Porsche Turbo, or rather Porsche 911 as we know it. Nice opening doors with a proper steering wheel, gear stick. Doors open and close really nicely. Nice decals, Porsche along the base. Fantastic logo there. Really solid casting with a tow bar on it. So I've never seen a Porsche 911 tow anything, but I guess it increases its play value. And here is the Leyland tipper without its wheels on. You can see it was a bit of a struggle. These wheels weren't designed to be taken off, and I used a pair of pliers and a metal file. Really, I should have used a Dremel, you know, small scale spinning disc, metal cutting disc on it. But I've got there after 20 minutes. And here it is a few moments later, or rather about 30 minutes later, with its new set of wheels. I think the general look, it looks a great improvement in my opinion. Just a couple of minor details that you might not have picked up on. A little bit disappointed about the rear wheels, because the axles on these donor wheels were slightly larger. I decided to drill out the holes, the axle holes, a little bit larger to accommodate them. But of course what that meant was that the axles would sit higher up on the body, meaning that the back of the vehicle is down probably about a couple of millimeters or so. So its stance is slightly backwards, as if it's carrying a heavy load. But in my opinion, for realism, I think these wheels look better than the previous ones. Let me know what you think. The driver's side front wheel, as I was squeezing the two wheels onto the axle, the hub of the plastic wheel disintegrated somewhat, which is surprising, but because they're normally quite tough. but as it comes around in a sec. Okay, so yeah, it's not perfect, but I think it's worth doing. So I just spent about 10 to 15 minutes on each car, using a couple of marker pens to add detail where I felt it was needed. And I must say I'm really pleased with the results actually. I've also done a little bit of marker pen on the lorry. So I've chromed the door handles, picked out a few details on the chassis. Taking a closer look at the 911 turbo, I've added some lights to it, headlights, a little bit on the small side, and picked out some lettering on the number plate. Added some black accents or highlights on the fenders or bumpers. A black strip on the end of the ducktail. And I've got rid of the tow bar. With the Ferrari, if you see the dividing line between the red and the blue, the original car had a grey dividing line because it's part of the interior, or a white dividing line. I've blacked that out at the front and the back, and tried to improve the detail on the turn indicators, on the turn signals set within the bumper. I've also very faintly picked out a black rubber surround on the windscreen. The air intakes just behind the doors. And blacked out the blank license plate. Added some silver bits to show the reverse lights. On the Cadillac Atlante, I've picked out a couple of details on the grille. The Cadillac sign, I've just done a blank chrome, and blacked out the line, the dividing line from grey to black. Chromed the mirrors on the doors. And then the rear lights, not an amazing detail, but there's a couple of photographs on Google of the rear of the Allante, and it did show the lights in this sort of design with a sort of red outline meeting across above the license plate. And I've just picked out the windscreen with a black surround, chromed the gear shift. Okay guys, thanks ever so much for watching, and hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care, happy diecast hunting, and speak to you soon. Bye.